Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
He came unannounced. He didn't tell me. I was unaware that he was coming or had plans even to come. At 3:28, he comes through the door. I was asleep, and to my knowledge, Trey was asleep. So we sleepy. It's 3 in the morning. I wake up to shots.
What started as a young woman's attempt to clear her name in a murder case would incriminate her even more. 20-year-old Tyree Richardson was shot 16 times after walking into what he thought was his home. But when his baby mother decided to tell her side of the story on social media, she may have talked herself into an indictment. Her name is Autumn Anderson, and her own words may have sealed her fate.
I seen some comments like, "How do you sleep through 16 shots?" I hopped out to the first one. Trey is literally sitting up in the bed, shooting in the door frame, and I see Tyree's silhouette in the door frame. I thought that Trey was going to think like he was there off the strength of me. And so I jump up and I run out of the room. When I'm running out of the room, Tyree is literally falling into the room as he's being shot. He was shot 16 times.
The way Autumn described watching her child's father get gunned down felt cold and emotionless. No tears, no trembling voice, no visible trauma, just facts delivered like a weather report. After Terrence Kenneth Yancey, the shooter, was convicted and sentenced to 18 years for voluntary manslaughter, this case seemed to have closed. But Autumn's decision to go public with her story did something unexpected. It made people question whether the real mastermind walked free.
But at the end of the day, if Tyree would have known who was in that house, he wouldn't have put himself in that situation. And he was in that situation because of his love of what he thought was genuine. And genuine wasn't nothing but a fraud, a fake, and a phony.
Materialistic.
One guy wrote us saying, "My t-shirt."
Oh boy. Jake, you got to be more careful. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well, all right, and whom I learn from each and every day. Healthy shalom to the 144,000 mighty men out there that would be judges on this earth. Something got to give here, all right? And you know what? Something did give. One gave a 16 hot ones to another one over this heifer. See? And it sounded like to me, we're not in this. Hopefully this lesson is edifying, okay? This is a warning to you men out there, you Jake men. We could care less or give a shit about the rest of these nations. Why do you think the apostles keep telling us? Why do you think the elders keep telling us? Why do you think the men who have life experiences keep telling us? Stay away from Keisha. Okay? Stay away from this woman, man. She's a snare and a trap. Okay? All right? Now, again, I'm not into this lesson to be all up in my emotions or even speculate or none of that shit. If you want something like that, you go to the comment board. You go to the comment board on that whoever to put that story up there talking about baby daddy. Ain't no such thing. Okay? Now the scripture goes into it and it very plainly tells you what does it say. Let's read it. Okay? Yeah. Let's read it. Let's go to it. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this in the book of Leviticus 20 and verse 10. Let's go to verse 9. For everyone that curses his father or his mother shall surely be what? Put to death. Now, I got to be honest with you. according to the laws of this land, what he did was wrong. But according to the scriptures, his ass supposed to be put to damn death. And guess what else? She's supposed to be put to damn death. She's supposed to be 6 feet under. Okay? Because she was a willing participant in the whole matter. I didn't watch it all. I just watched 2 minutes of that. I can't watch no more. You heard what she said? I'll sleep. Eyes sleep. Smacking them lips. Okay? She's a trap. She's a snare. She's rebellious. All right? And she's an out and out devil, a demon. That's exactly what she is. Verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife. And see, you're going to have people saying, well, they wasn't married. They wasn't married. They were just shacking up. They just had a baby together. You know, but but if you live right, understand the scriptures and apply these things to your life, you wouldn't be in no situation like this. Okay? And that goes for all three of them. All right? If you understand the scriptures, when you go into a woman, well, I got to say it like this because this is 100% truth. She got to be a virgin. You go into that maid that has passed the flower of her age. Okay? That has passed the flower of her age. You go into her. That is your old lady. That's your wife. Okay? Now, the scriptures say when you eat this roll, it tastes like honey, but it's going to be bitter in your belly, especially to you women that have been raised up in this punk-ass Babylonian system that don't understand your ass ain't supposed to have multiple partners. You ain't supposed to be dating one man for the rest of your life, and you supposed to be a virgin. Why you think Yahweh Shai told the woman at the well, the man that you have right now ain't your husband? Dallas played the whore, the harlot. You know, rebellion as a sin of witchcraft, man. He said, you done have 5. And nowadays, oh my goodness. Call her lawyer, how about Shimmy Al Shai? And nowadays, what do you have? 60, 70, 100. It's okay. I'm born again. You see? Now we all understand. We all got a past. You know? I don't you know, without getting too personal, it is what it is. We all got a past. I understand that. We didn't know the scriptures like that. We wasn't applying none of that shit I'm talking about my own damn self when I was out here in the world acting like a fucking Pookie and Ray Ray. Okay? When I was acting like Trey. Okay? We understand that. Okay? You know? But damn, Jake, you know? I mean, really? Let's read it again. And the man who committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, which is your brother, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. So, hey, he got 16 hot ones, but the scripture said her ass is supposed to be 6 feet under. Also, she's supposed to be pushing up roses. Is she not? Verse 11, and the man, a gather abroad causeth great anger. And I'm not sure what was going on in that video. I probably won't even watch it because it's full of a bunch of adultery and blaming this and blaming that. And somehow or another, she gets to walk on her merry little way. All right. While the one who unalived Trey, whatever, whoever dude was, 3 o'clock, all up in his honey pot. Hey, according to the scriptures, he ain't doing nothing wrong. You can't make this shit up, man. This is why, like Apostle Tahar says all the time, missiles can't come soon enough. Book of Sirach 26 and verse 8. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causes great anger. Look, any of you brothers that have been so-called cheated on, you know what I'm talking about. You see, men actually love. We love. Okay? It's a divine order. The scripture said he that give a wife, get a possession, man. And no, it ain't no tyrannical thing where it's just like you do everything I say, it puts the lotion on the skin. No. It ain't no crazy shit like that. All right? It's just order. And apparently she caused great anger. A gatherer abroad cause of great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. So she got the nerve to get up and do a whole interview talking about, I sleep. And all of a sudden, he come in and start hitting them with 16 shots. I didn't know what to do. It didn't one of them hit you? Not a one, right? Lucky Stars, verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Let's go. Let's come on. Look. You see something? You want to see haughty looks and eyelids? There it go. Whoop, whoop. There it is. See? Yeah. That's haughty looks and eyelids. Here, let's get a still photo. And these, look. A yellow thin hair, lips poked all out like she got a, I mean, look, man, come on now. And Jake looking effeminate is all get out. It's all fucked up, man. And how about some of y'all shy gonna get all y'all back, man? He's gonna do to you what is due to you. Haunty looks and eyelids. She put a spell. I put a spell on you. What was that? Creedence Clearwater? She put a spell or something. I don't know. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. And I can tell you right offhand, I can tell you through experience, that is a thing. That's something that happens. You see, I'd go ahead and tell you a story, but that's for another time. Okay, it's for another time. Matter of fact, I was just talking to my my blood brother yesterday, or last night, and and look, hey, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love my family, man. I love each and every one of them. All right. But he don't get it. He just didn't. He couldn't quite understand what I was trying to tell him. I didn't even. I'm past going into, trying to go into the scriptures with people who don't want to believe it. The people who think they Pan-Africans or and the woman is some kind of damn. The woman is a snare. Scripture just told you she won't cover her own shame, but you go ahead. What was that movie, Shawshank Redemption, where Morgan Freeman was trying to get parole or whatever. He said, "Go on, Sonny. Go on, Sonny. You can stamp your little stamp. Go on, Sonny." See? Yeah, you go ahead and stamp your little stamp. It ain't gonna make it a damn bit of difference. Look. I just watched the video from Elder Hawad down in Raleigh, North Carolina. And there's these damn, and you gotta know they were Edomites, man. Okay? You gotta know they was Edomites, man. All right. Home Alone. No, I ain't talking about Macaulay Culkin and Donald Trump and you know, where he's in the house and he's beating up these two dudes that's trying to rob him. No. They forgot his ass on a Christmas vacation. No. Anyway, I was watching that video and you had 3 Edomites. You just knew they were. You never know. Then it could be a YN or 3 of them. Talking about, come outside. Come outside here. Here. See? What we got here? TYT Sport. Look. Here it is. Look at this. Please excuse me. Yeah, copyright. Fair use.
Chilling video captured on a Ring doorbell camera.
Look at this.
3 people wearing Halloween masks terrorizing a family in Alexandria, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C., late Tuesday night. Worst nightmare. The 3 apparently laughing at first, but their actions quickly becoming more sinister. From pulling on the front door to making the motion of cutting their throat before threatening to break into the house.
You see that? See that, Eve? You see that? But I can do all by myself. Look like she was in a nice neighborhood. I got a nice life. I got a nice car. I got a nice house. I got nice children. Do you have a nice husband? And if so, do you got a side piece named Trey? Because the scripture it told you. Let's read it again. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad cause of great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. All right? You saw, open the door. It looked like something out of the Purge, didn't it? You got to understand this, a man going to take care of things. Even her baby daddy, as they put it, he took care of things, didn't he? Lucky it wasn't her ass. And she had no remorse. She didn't give a damn. She got to skip to my Lou, oh darling. Just scot-free. Like she ain't guilty of nothing. Book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 25 verse 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. Now you see why the scripture's like this. The scripture also it did say, if you're burning, go ahead and marry. What does that say? It said marry. Well, what is marriage? If you burn it, go ahead and marry. But it's got to be done the right way. It ain't like, okay. You see? Oh, okay. Let me just skip to my Lou to Cindy Lou. You go into the woman, hey, look, is she a virgin? You go into the woman, man, that she belong to you, man. Okay? And she's got to understand that too. See, again, these missiles can't come soon enough. Because you can't, the people who don't understand this, they're not gonna understand it. They're not gonna listen. They don't give a damn. They don't care. They don't have the Holy One of Israel, Yahweh, and his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, in all their thoughts. They don't. Verse 22, if a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach, a wicked woman abideth the courage, make a heavy countenance and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees. You see? Here, let's go back to these ninjas. Look. See him? He looks broken. You see her? She was enjoying herself on that carousel. And I guarantee you, Trey wasn't the only one. Oh, no. Tom, Dick, and Harry. And when I say Dick, no pun intended. Look at her. See? Look, ratchet. Look. Through. No accountability. I started off. I wasn't, smacking them lips. I didn't know he was coming home. We was asleep. Verse 24, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Well, give the water no passage. No passage. Neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. If she go, not as thou wouldst have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. She's bound by the law of her husband. Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her bands as Salakia, and her hands as bands. Who pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Can that get any more clearer? Any more clear? I don't know which way I said it. I said it right one time. But the sinner shall be taken. What are you escaping? Death, snares, traps, witchcraft, whoredom. You escaping a whole lot, Jake. And it ain't just so-called black women. The shit happened to the Northern Kingdom men too. It's a part of the curses. Snares, man. Traps. Jeremiah 3 verse 1. They say if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, she shall not, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? You see? That's like you got a whole crop full of, say you growing maize, corn. Say you growing corn, or you growing, I don't know, potatoes, just whatever you growing. And somebody comes creeping on in there, doo-doo, and starts planting all kinds of different shit in your field, and you go to harvest, and the shit is all polluted and fucked up. You see? Now you got to burn the whole field because you don't know what's what. Shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return unto me the Lord Yahweh. How do you think he feels? We played the whore. Why do you think he put the hammer of the earth over his greatly and pleasant things over his silver and his gold? Why? It's called punishment. You can't get away with this shit all the time. You think things going you thinking like Esau or Edom. Oh, our houses shall continue forever. We can do what we want to do. Okay. All right. Last scripture. Book of Sirach 26 verse 15. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. And her countenance mind cannot be valued, man. It cannot be valued. It cannot be valued. But stumble not at the beauty of a woman. Don't let her take your ass. Because you got took, Jake. Both of you. And again, her happy ass, she just out. You know. She just out. Look. Haughty looks and eyelids. Haughty looks and with the attire of a harlot. Not shamefaced, head not covered. Matter of fact, damn, I'm sorry. But you gotta look. You gotta see this. I must be allowed to show you this. All right? Instead of well set hair, baldness. You see what I see. This ain't no campaign to make fun of nobody. It's a part of the curses. It's a part of life on this side. And we need to get the fuck up out of here. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.